Welcome to another episode of What is Hashimoto's with Dr. Martin Rutherford. To find out more on any of our topics, or for information on scheduling a consultation with Dr. Rutherford, please visit us at whatishashimotos.com. And now, here's Dr. Rutherford.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about something today that I'm not sure it's searched a lot. I'm not sure that you've even heard of it. How about that? Something that somebody would come in here that they haven't even heard about yet, even though Dr. Google's out there, omnipresent in my world. And it's multiple food sensitivities. Now, some of you are going like, I have multiple food sensitivities. I can't eat gluten, and I can't eat milk, and I can't eat cheese. And believe it or not, there are people like enormously worse than that. So this is a person that comes in here, and multiple food sensitivities and Hashimoto's, okay? But multiple food sensitivities, I could say, and everything. Multiple food sensitivities and Hashimoto's, multiple food sensitivities and rheumatoid arthritis. And the reason that we're bringing it up is because all of a sudden, I'm seeing a lot of these cases. And they're very unique cases. They are cases that I literally, when they would walk in the door in the past, I would literally just go, I can't help this person. I would let them know I didn't think I could help them. I'd say, we'll give it a shot. We'll treat you for all these histamine responses and all these other things, and it would help to a degree, but this was a big thing. And so the relationship, first of all, what multiple food sensitivities is, it's a person who walks in here and goes, I am down to 6 foods. That's it. I can only eat 6 foods. Last month it was 7, and this week it's 6. So I don't know where this is going, but I need help, and I need it like now. And so it's an interesting phenomenon. Basically, what happens is your digestive chain has completely broken down, and it's slow and it's gradual over a period of time. And what that means is your digestive chain is, I chew. And you should be chewing somewhere between 20 and 40 times, and I know all of you are doing that, okay? And why is that important? Because that tells your stomach and your gallbladder, it gets your stomach and your gallbladder and your pancreas, it sends signals to them. Like, food's coming, and they're also, you're getting the digestive enzymes from your saliva in there. Then it hits the stomach. You need to have enough hydrochloric acid in your stomach to digest proteins and other things, and to kill bugs, bacteria, viruses. All of you have candida. I'm going to tell you, you don't have enough hydrochloric acid in your stomach, or you probably wouldn't have candida. So then you have the gallbladder, it's supposed to do its job with the fats, and you have the pancreas that's supposed to do its job with the starches and the carbohydrates, etc. And then you have the stomach that's supposed to do its job, and the intestines. And in the intestines, there's a whole lot going on in there. Those intestines, there's a lot going on in there. They got your microbiome in there, so you have your balance. You have the right balance in bacteria. You have to break that. You have 75% of your immune system is there, which is where this comes in with the Hashimoto's. You have to absorb nutrients. Do you have a leaky gut? So this is the digestive chain. When that digestive chain breaks down, essentially what happens is the food particle that is supposed to be broken down into teensy tiny molecular particles. So your proteins are supposed to be broken down into these things called amino acids, just these single amino acids. Amino acids are building blocks for proteins, okay? But they don't get broken down into that. They get broken down only so far because your stomach didn't have enough hydrochloric acid to break them down, and so then I won't get into the gallbladder and the pancreas and all that. Basically, let's just keep with that. So they're supposed to break down to 1 amino acid, but they don't. You don't have enough hydrochloric acid. It breaks down to what's called an amino acid chain. So if there's 10 amino acids stuck together, instead of just 1 coming in, there's something in the inside of your intestines that goes, no. It goes, there's a cell in there, and it's called a dendritic cell, and it comes out, it's like this little octopus, and it attaches itself to that amino acid chain. It goes, that doesn't look anything like what's supposed to be going past this point to get digested, broken down, and absorbed. And it goes, so I'm taking you somewhere. I'm going to take you over here to the immune condition department because you look like a bug or a bacteria or a virus. But I know you're not. But you don't look like something that should be going any farther in this digestive thing. It goes over here. Your immune system takes a look at it and goes, I know what that is, but it doesn't belong here. And so it makes a little antibody to that. This is a sensitivity. This is a food sensitivity, which are largely made in the intestines, versus food allergies, okay, which are largely made in the bloodstream. So now you get this sensitivity to one. Okay, now I got a food I can't eat. Then maybe a couple months later, it's another food you can't eat. Maybe a couple months later, it's another food you can't eat. And that's how the chain goes. Once that starts breaking down, it is like, I mean, all bets are off. It is, it would take me another 30 minutes to tell you all of the things that could happen in your physiology from you not breaking your food down, developing a leaky gut, having inflammation get out of there, developing lipopolysaccharides, developing small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. When this walks in the door, and all of that can flare up your Hashimoto's. Frankly, all of that can flare up your rheumatoid arthritis, your lupus. Frankly, you don't need to have any of that. It'll just make you feel like crap. You'll get brain fog. You won't be able to think. So this question relative to Hashimoto's is kind of, yes, it's relative to Hashimoto's, but it's also relative to all those things. And what has to happen is that whole digestive chain has to be reestablished. And it's not easy to do. And it's not just about taking a digestive enzyme and a hydrochloric acid pill and a pancreatics pill and other supplements that would be involved in reestablishing those. You have to completely reestablish the bacterial imbalance in your intestines that is completely gone. And you don't do it taken by probiotics, because most of you will take probiotics when you have these chemical sensitivities and they make you bloat. So where does it start? Not to get into it at great length, but it's basically what has to happen is this usually happens from a lack of food diversity. So it's the person who eats the same 8 foods every day, every week, never changes. I eat fish every day. I eat eggs and bacon for breakfast every day. It's that type of thing. And basically, if you followed what I just said, you can imagine that if you keep eating it every day, it keeps not breaking down. Eventually, your immune system sees it enough times to go, out of here. By the time your immune system starts to break down, even when you start diversifying, then you start getting sensitivities to the other foods. So it's hard. Yeah, you have to be able to bring foods back into that person's environment that they're sick to by presenting them tiny, tiny, tiny bits of each food over a period of time. We find that it's usually best to bring in lots and lots and lots and lots of varieties of vegetables first. Sometimes we might start with as little as a teaspoonful of combined vegetables to expose your immune system to little bits of each thing. It's a whole science in and of to himself. But we thought we would present this because I think I've had 6 or 7 of these in the last month, maybe 6 weeks, something like that. So we have a pretty good gauge here going on, like what's going on. I mean, we see things here a lot of times before it really gets out there. So this isn't really out there too much on the internet, and we call it we just call it multiple food sensitivity syndrome. I don't know what to call it. I think I've seen it called lack of mucosal tolerance. In other words, the mucosa on the inside of your intestines is not tolerating your foods. But whatever it is, we're seeing a lot of it lately. It's a pain in the butt. It can be helped. It's very tedious. You have to know what you're doing. You have to have a cooperative patient and who kind of embraces what we're doing and is patient. A patient is what we need. But that's multiple food sensitivities. It's real. If you're sitting there, this one I don't usually promote, but like if you're sitting there and you're going like, man, I am eating less and less foods each month and I don't know where this is going, I'll actually put a little promo out there on this one and say you might want to at least give us a consult because these I don't care what you have. I don't care what your other conditions are. If you have this, you don't treat this first, you are not going to be able to fix anything else. I don't care whether you have Hashimoto's, I don't care whether you have Crohn's disease, I don't care whether you have irritable bowel syndrome, skin dermatitis, I don't care what it is. This has to be treated first. So that's our multiple food sensitivity segment. Give me some feedback on this too. If there are those of you out there that have this, I'd love to hear some feedback on this to see if it was helpful or thoughtful or useful. Okay, see you in a couple of days.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of What is Hashimoto's? To find out more on any of our topics, or for information on scheduling a consultation with Dr. Rutherford, please visit us at whatishashimotos.com.